Imagine a world where dragons are not just myths, but living echoes of a prehistoric past. Across cultures, from East Asia to medieval Europe, legends speak of enormous reptiles, with scales, wings, and the power of fire. But what if these stories are not entirely invented? What if dragons were the last survivors of the dinosaur age, lingering on long enough to inspire humanity's oldest tales? Dinosaurs roamed the earth for more than 160 million years. Their fossils lie beneath deserts, mountains, and forests, silent witnesses of a world before ours. Yet, the official story tells us they all vanished about 65 million years ago after a catastrophic asteroid strike. But let's imagine, just for a moment, that not all of them perished. Could isolated species have survived, hidden in remote corners of the planet, long enough for humans to encounter them? Legends give us intriguing hints. In China, dragons were seen not as villains, but as bringers of rain and prosperity, creatures of immense wisdom. In Europe, they became terrifying beasts to be fought by knights and saints. In the Americas, feathered serpents like Quetzalcoatl were worshipped as gods. Strikingly, these stories emerge independently across cultures that never met. How could such similar creatures appear in myth unless they were inspired by something real? Consider the possibility of giant reptiles surviving in hidden ecosystems. The Komodo dragon of Indonesia is a chilling reminder. A living predator over 10 feet long, with venomous saliva and a dinosaur-like appearance. Now imagine if some larger relatives managed to survive in uncharted mountains, deep jungles, or underground caverns. To early humans, such encounters would not be written as zoological notes, they would become legends. Science has examples of Lazarus species, creatures thought extinct that suddenly reappear. The coelacanth, a deep-sea fish believed gone for 60 million years, was caught alive in the 20th century. The giant monitor lizards of Komodo were only confirmed in the early 1900s. If these animals could hide from us until recently, could dragons, if they ever existed, have hidden too? The mystery deepens when we look at ancient fossils. Some dinosaurs, like pterosaurs, had wingspans rivaling small planes. Others, like Spinosaurus, looked like aquatic dragons. Fossilized bones discovered in ancient China were often displayed as dragon bones, ground into powder for medicine. To those who found them, they were not relics of extinct species, they were proof that dragons had walked the earth. But the fire-breathing detail puzzles us. Could this have been more than symbolic? Some scientists have speculated about natural gas-producing organs, similar to how Bombardier Beetles spray boiling chemicals in defense. It sounds fantastical, but evolution has produced stranger adaptations. To a terrified villager, a hiss of flame or smoke might become the legend of a dragon's fiery breath. Even today, tales of mysterious reptilian beasts persist. In African folklore, there are stories of the Kangamato, a winged creature resembling a pterosaur. In remote lakes, reports of serpent-like monsters echo the idea of aquatic dragons. While most sightings are explained as misidentifications, the persistence of these myths keeps the possibility alive in human imagination. So, what if dragons really were the last dinosaurs? It would mean our myths are not just fantasy, but faint memories passed down through generations. It would mean humanity shared the earth with living fossils, creatures so powerful they shaped religion, art, and storytelling. And it would remind us that the line between myth and history is thinner than we think. In the end, whether dragons lived as real survivors or as creatures of collective imagination, they occupy a unique space in our story. They are symbols of power, chaos, wisdom, and fear. Perhaps that is their true survival, not in flesh and blood, but in the tales we still tell. Because as long as we keep asking, what if, dragons will never fully disappear.